The nature of mind is luminous and wide open. And the nature of mind is luminous and wide open in all experience. Doesn't matter what it is. Complete perceptual openness in all experience. It doesn't need to be forced to be. The luminous, wide open nature of mind, stainless mind, forever flawless mind, has never been anything else. So it doesn't need to be contrived in any way. There aren't any special circumstances that are necessary for the mind to be obviously luminous and wide open. Whatever the circumstance of your body and mind are, those are the perfect circumstances of wide open, luminous mind. Whatever, if you're shifting and twitching in your chair, if your eyes are wide open or closed, the shifting and the twitching are completely wide open. The eyes opened or closed are completely wide open. Perception is always wide open. It is always luminous, and it's never been collapsed into anything else. It's never been focused in on something and then unfocused on it. Wide open spaciousness is the nature of mind. It's never anything other than that. So that's very, very important. That's urgently important. It's urgently important to know that about oneself and to never in any way alter that or adorn it with anything unnecessary. To never collapse it into mundane ideas about who you are or who we are. The moment we collapse it into any kind of mundane idea or conventional belief, like that we have to sit a certain way, or we have to think a certain thought, or we have to have a certain kind of emotion, or we have to affect something in particular, then we're looking away from what we are. It's luminous mind that's looking, and it's luminous mind that is always wide open and free. It's never been unfreed. Never has that taken place. So this is especially important. And if we're going to be in a situation where we're receiving teachings, then those are the kinds of teachings we want to receive. Not teachings that say, oh yes, mind is non-dual and free, but let me tell you what you have to fix in order for mind to be wide open and free. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? There has never been a pretense or an imposition or an imprint of flaw or stain in what is stainless and flawless. You see, from the beginningless beginning, mind is stainless and flawless. It's never been unstained or flawless. To say that it somehow became stained or flawless or fell or collapsed into something is just to create a dualist perception, a dualist idea. Even if it's non-duality that's being talked about, immediately the teaching falls to duality, immediately. So this is very, very important to know, and to always know about oneself in every single moment, that all there is this forever luminous mind. And the only way to know that mind, and to know that mind clearly and swiftly, is to either allow conviction to dawn about it quite naturally through hearing about it, or to rest as that luminous mind, to rest as that luminous mind unbothered by whatever appears, completely unbothered. There's never been anything bothersome in flawless mind. The idea that there has been, it's just an idea, it's just another appearance. So whether There's the appearance of I'm bothered, or I'm blissful, or I'm enlightened, or I'm not enlightened, or I'm free, or I'm not free. It's all totally equal. None of these things mean anything in themselves. Not anything at all has an independent identity. Not anything, no matter what it is, has an independent nature, including any great tradition or historical figure. No great tradition, no historical figure, no incredible teaching has ever had an independent nature. So it's important, too, not to collapse an independent nature into any of these things as well. It's luminous mind that is wide open and free, and where we seek support for that should be a place where that is upheld entirely, with nothing else stated. If there is anything else stated, then, well, that's just what's happening. But it doesn't mean that you have to be there. If there's working, thinking about deconditioning, reconditioning, unconditioning, transformation, analyzation, conceptualization, sitting in a certain way, being silent for a prolonged period of time, whatever it might be, all of those circumstances are equal. They're completely equal. And the period of sitting silently for an extended period of time, or even 5 minutes, it's completely equal to running around with great energy, swimming upriver, swimming downriver, rafting upriver, rafting downriver. It's all equal. How could there be anything unequal in a non-dual expanse of equalness? How could that possibly be? It's never been, and it isn't now. And not only has it never been and isn't now, it's never even been implied. Who would imply what? There's always just this stainless seeing that is perceptually wide open and free. And that perceptual wide openness, complete perceptual openness in all experience, doesn't need to restrict appearance, define it in any special way, or create it so that it seems to be non-dual. Is this understood? The moment we try to create a non-dual experience, and as for long as we try to create a non-dual experience, for just that long we will elude non-dual experience. For just that long we will elude wisdom. Non-dual experience, the luminous mind that is wide open and free, it doesn't see duality anywhere. It doesn't see duality anywhere at all, no matter where it is. So sometimes we're in a difficult circumstance in our everyday life, and we think, oh, this is everyday life. I'm looking around me and all I see are ordinary beings. We're at home and we're thinking this, wherever we live. No one speaks awareness here. No one speaks luminous mind where I live. So I'm going to go somewhere where everybody speaks luminous mind. I'm going to go to India, or I'm going to go to a retreat center. And this is all fine, it's all good, but it's all also equal. It's completely equal. Completely equal. It's in that moment in the shopping mall, when you're walking into Giorgio Armani to look at a pair of jeans you can't afford, or, you're shopping at the grocery store buying bread and butter, whatever it is, and There's just complete perceptual openness in all experience. Then Costco becomes a temple, or the shopping mall, or wherever you are. Everything is a temple. The cosmos is the temple. Anything that can be described as a temple of non-dual equalness. This is the easiest way. And it always has been the easiest way. So what's stated here is nothing new. It's absolutely nothing new. Throughout all of time, this has always been known by lucky people. The nature of mind is the nature of mind for everyone. So luminous mind is the nature of everyone. It matters not what previous actions have been. It matters not what previous thoughts have been. And it matters not what previous emotions have been. Whether the actions have been moral or immoral, whether the actions have been social, well-socialized, or antisocial, and whether the thinking and emotion have gone along either of those lines. The mind, which contains them, is completely luminous, wide open, and free. So to try to rearrange the perceptions into only moral perceptions, only well-socialized perceptions, whether they're thinking emotions or any sort of restricted, contrived thing, is to just enter into more duality, more splitting of everything up into that it has to be this way or it has to be that way. Now the thinking mind, the ordinary thinking mind, the intellect kind of balks at this, ooh. How could moral and immoral perceptions be equal? How could antisocial and well-socialized activity be equal? Well, beyond seeing things as unequal, or one thing is good and the other thing is bad, beyond all that is the wisdom of luminous mind. The wisdom of luminous mind doesn't need to divvy everything up into these tight little categories that the mind can grasp and think about. The natural activity of mind is just to relax, to completely relax and just wow at whatever appears. Wow, and wow, no matter what appears. It's just like a burst of light and infinite light. That's all. The clear light of wisdom mind. It has all these light bursts within it, but all of them are equally light. No matter what kind of description they're given, they're all equally free, equally spacious. Equally non-local. They've never been localized anywhere. They've never had a beginning, middle, and end. In being only infinite, clear light of wisdom, they've never had a beginning, middle, or end. So the beginning, middle, and end, too, of appearances, those are just more appearances. Just more ways to describe. This ease of being that is totally natural to everyone is completely unrestrained. It's never gotten clotted up or tied up anywhere. It's never been lacking in energy. And the energy of wisdom mind, it isn't something that can't be contrived, just as the compassion of wisdom mind is naturally occurring and can't be affected in any way. So too, the clarity of mind can't be feigned or pretend it in any way. It's absolutely impossible. So if we feel like we're pretending it, like, oh, now I'm in my state, I'm in my non-dual state. Ooh. Ooh. Complete perceptual openness isn't a state, yet it includes all states, whatever they are. Whether it's emptiness, bliss, clarity, non-conceptual states, sublime knowing, sublime insight, or it's running around to the grocery store, getting the car fixed if you have one, walking around. It's in that moment when we realize that we've never had to pretend or feign or change anything, that we realize the mind of luminous wisdom. There's nothing that needs to be changed. There's nothing about our life to present that needs to be changed at all in timeless wisdom awareness. All of these appearances, no matter what they've been, no matter what we've labeled them to be, taken them to be, they've never been collapsed into anything. And if we spend all of our time trying to fix the appearances so that they're of a certain kind, then that's just more appearances. Playing around with appearances, it's just more of an anomaly of appearances, of trying to rearrange all the appearances so they make sense. That's not the solution. The only solution is the following. Relax. Relax as flawless awareness. See all as flawless awareness until all is flawless awareness, without affecting anything, without trying to create anything else, without trying to make difference out of non-difference. Just that. As long as we're either indulging appearances or avoiding them or replacing them with better appearances, then it's just more of the same. Even if we're talking about non-duality, it's more of the same. We're entering into kind of a murky, vague, hazy, foggy field where we're talking about non-duality, but many of the actions taken are not about that. The only non-dual action is a non-action, and that is to maintain flawless awareness in the direct encounter with all appearances. Only in that way is it seen that whatever appears in that flawless awareness, abides therein, and is freed therein. And it's appearing, abiding, and freeing. All of those two are timelessly free. So there's never been anything that's not free. It's only in maintaining flawless awareness without thinking about what's happening that can be seen. In flawless awareness, something appears, and then it resolves in that same flawless awareness. That's how we come to see that all appearances, no matter what they are free in their own place. They're their own undoing. Nothing needs to be done about them. They don't need to be changed or altered, dressed up in better clothes or descriptions of any kind. And they don't need to have any of their descriptions taken away. They are in, of, as, and through flawless awareness. They've never been anything other than flawless awareness. The description means nothing. The description, whatever it is a vivid appearance of forever flawless, forever empty awareness, forever empty luminous mind. This is the correct and very simple understanding about our true nature.